Please take a look at a video tutorial in which I show you how we understand and approach competence management in an organization. Do you sometimes wonder how competence profiles develop? It's a challenge to prepare a competence profile which includes general company competencies as well as specific competencies dedicated to specific positions. This process often involves HR, external consultants or persons chosen from the management. Obviously, each of the parties has its own motivation, experience and thoughts related to the task.
Another important undertaking is to introduce and maintain a recruitment procedure and a coherent system for employee assessment. They should be based on a profile and development activities which help to fill gaps in their competences. As a consequence, this whole process converts into a routine activity, competence level assessment, planning development activities, their execution, and the assessment of the outcomes. Over time, because of its scale and scope, the competencies and activities enter into the HR domain, which is not always perceived by other departments as their equal. They tend to underestimate the benefits of HR's influence.
We ask ourselves, why is this happening? Modern business is defined by constant change. It is necessary to embrace change because the business environment, clients' expectations, company strategy and annual objectives always change. On top of that, the next generations of employees will have new expectations, values and work style. All of these are dynamic factors which influence their business. On the other hand, we have solutions which have been functioning in the same form for years. It resembles two worlds. Question must arise from the clash between the changeable reality and the reality of HR-moderated employee development areas. This development area consists of long-term competence profiles, annual competence evaluations based on general definitions, behavior, as well as planned development activities. Those questions include: can we better manage the competencies? How can we follow the processes taking place both inside and outside of the company? Does the business receive appropriate support from adequately prepared staff who can achieve aims and accomplish tasks? Can we be more agile in the area of employee development? In order to answer yes to these questions, we need to look at the method of working with competencies at the entire organization level. Today, the organizations describe the necessary competencies and group them in competence profiles. They are used for recruitment, selection and competence development. Although positively influential, their complexity actually makes them relatively static. How often are competencies assessed to or adjusted to market needs? Having such a competence spine greatly restricts the movement and capacity for adjustment. As a result of its application, we receive competencies consistent with the profile but not necessarily with the business needs. The competencies should not play the part of the integrator. This should be fulfilled only by the company values. They influence the nature of the company, its DNA, and therefore we need to make a totally new assumption. Competence management must become agile. The process of competence development must run side by side with the business processes or even ahead of them.
The sources of Agile need to be searched for in the IT area. Let's see what the manifestation of Agile programming looks like. We discover new methods of programming through practice and supporting others in that area. As a result of our work, we start to appreciate people and interactions rather than processes or tools. Working software instead of documentation. Cooperation with the client rather than formal arrangements. Reacting to changes rather than following the plan. It means that the elements stated on the right are valuable, but those which have greater value to us are stated on the left. It is transferred to the area of competence management. It could sound like this. We discover new methods of competence management. As a result of our work, we start to appreciate people and interactions rather than processes and tools. Generating business values instead of ample documentation. Cooperation with the internal client instead of formal arrangements. Reacting to changes rather than following the plan. It means that the elements stated on the right are valuable and those with greater value to us are stated on the left.
Practically speaking, what results from that? Organizations usually set annual goals for particular departments as well as the tasks leading to their execution. Once the goals and tasks are known, it's a good idea to analyze the essential competencies, which will enable us to plan tasks at the expected level of quality. Let's highlight 3 or 4 competencies, which are key to accomplishing goals and tasks. Yes, that's right, only 3 or 4 competencies. Not the whole profile, because developing even a small number of competencies can be challenging for both individuals and the organization itself.
Let's allow this set of key competencies to be different, to be matched depending on the goals and tasks, which are set of particular organization parts. Let's consider it being a natural feature of our new approach. The assessment of these diverse competencies will give us a picture of the situation and will answer the question of how ready we are to achieve our goals. On the basis of this analysis, let's plan the activities, plan and accomplish our training and development activities, organizational changes, internal and external recruitment, etc. Certainly, the process of shaping competencies requires annual updating of connected with the changes in competencies. It is an important change in comparison with the classic approach. However, only when we are able to deliver the competencies adequate for the business at the right time can we safely say that competence management is a legitimate part of the company management system. What is even more important, the business side of the company will recognize it as a fact.
Time for a summary. Let's see what benefits come from understanding competence management in an agile way. Firstly, adjusting competence management to changing business needs and requirements. Secondly, the choice of 3 or 4 competences on the basis of aims and tasks will enable more effective development and will involve supervisors to a higher extent. Thirdly, the business, which is understood as departments out with HR, will finally understand and appreciate the positive influence of the development activities led by HR. In short, agile competence management is an idea for improving efficiency relating to the development of key competences. To find out more, take a look at our other tutorials.